Okay, you all, let's talk about President Biden giving a pump to the crypto market.
Second Corinthians chapter.
Give me a second, you all, my other phone cut on. But President Biden giving a pump to the crypto market and the executive order and everything that came in today. So here's everything that's on it. Here's everything that it did, everything that it brought in. He signed an executive order today calling on the government to examine cryptocurrency. So six, the number six, that's something I think should be important, that should stand out. Six areas. As I was talking, I did a short live stream this morning about the mark of the beast, and that is DNA transformation. And many people don't get that concept of what the 666 really is, right? Because we can look at First Kings chapter 10 in First King, and see that King Solomon, the wisest and the wealthiest man according to the Bible, that ever lived. And you got I won't get into Meta Musa in Africa, but his annual giving was 666, exactly 666 pounds of gold. But I want to let me stay on topic, right? So 6 key areas of consumer protection: financial stability, right? Illicit activity, meaning they want more privacy coins. So you saw, or if you study crypto or you watch the market, you see that Monero and Zcash. I talked about Zcash in a meeting that I had in Georgia about a year ago, and we were talking about how much gains Zcash had, and we invested more in Zcash that day from its all-time high. So you have illicit activity. So these privacy coins are going to be a big thing from Zcash to Monero. Financial stability, the ability for the United States to compete against other countries. You all know that the United States is not exporting anything. We rely on the imports of other countries heavily. And responsible innovation. So that means responsible innovation means people pretty much that artificial intelligence and AI is here. And this is what I want people to realize, that this is not, now there are going to be a lot of poverty transfer that happens. There's going to be a lot of poverty transfer that happens. It's going to be a lot of people that's not positioned that are going to be pushed into poverty, right? There's a lot of jobs that are not returning back. That they already told you that, the government already told you that. Jerome Powell, the chairman, the federal chairman, has already told you that we're not going back to the same economy. But however, I do not want people, you got, you know, responsible innovation. This stuff has been in the works a long, long time, right? Hello, Noble Revenue. Where have you been? Have you been? My nails are in the way. Um, have you been? You just waiting on me to get back on crypto, I guess, to talk about crypto. I hope everything is safe and all well and good with you. Give me some news. I'm not planning on live streaming long, right? But give me some news that you see out there in the truckers world. If you're still driving and trucking, what are some things that people, myself, being that you're on the road and you see more things that we probably need to be aware of that's not on mainstream media? How can I get into a new system coming in? How can I learn more about this key life acts? What do you mean about what? Are you saying about cryptocurrency? About the new monetary system, key life? Is that what you're asking about? I have a book, a PDF booklet that's called Cash on Crypto Report. I can put the link to that book. Okay. You can order my PDF book. I'm also key life for people that need a paycheck pay up, mean more money out of their paycheck for the people that have jobs. Um, for the people that have jobs, you can purchase the book for $75. That's the website. Or if you need extra cash flow and you have a paycheck and you need more money from your paycheck, or you just need extra cash flow to help you with gas and grocery pricing, if you want to enroll with me in the home-based business, I put the wrong number on there. Text that number on the screen. Give me a second. I put the wrong number. Okay, there's 254-788-1144. You can get the Cash on Crypto PDF book with that as well. If you want to improve your cash flow and your credit score, and to get 470 tax deductions if you're trading forex or cryptocurrency. That's a discounted special that's going on right now for $129. That's 55% off the regular price. So you can do either one of those. I have both of the links up for you. Noble Revenue says, out on the road, just upset about the price at the pump. I have a 200-gallon tank. Yeah, I can imagine. Do you have to supply all of your gas yourself, or is that company? Is your company? Do you have a company gas card? I guess is what I'm asking, because a lot of people that even have the company gas cards, I've been telling them that your company is going to have to lay off when that gas gas budget increase. They're going to decrease their employees. So it's going to be jobs cut. And a lot of people they be braggadocious about, well, I use my company's card, but there's going to be a layoff of clientele in doing so. So, just be careful and looking out for that. Oh, I got you. So everything is on you. Okay, well, Key Life said you just text me. Yeah, I get that, Noble Revenue. So, okay, Key Life, I got your text message. So let me stay on point, because with the program, we're also helping people get more money out of their paycheck. And that happens as a result of when you add 470 plus tax deductions. The government is always adding more tax deductions to home-based businesses. And so when you get a home-based business added to your paycheck, you get a pay raise. Really, that's how it works, because now you have deductions added to your paycheck, which reduce your taxes, right? The government always gives incentives to people that do the things that they want them to do, to become. So let's get back on this. So Biden has signed this bill. I didn't know, honestly, if it was going to pump or dump it, cryptocurrency, but they want to explore a digital dollar. We've been talking about that. The government wants to bring in central-based digital dollar. They're going to crash out the old fiat currency. This is probably the last year that you're going to see, right? That you're going to see paper currency being printed, right? Noble Revenue says, just trying to figure out what the driver shortages everybody talking about. I see a truck right here making a delivery. It's not that it's a driver shortages. The media advertised that there was another, striking going on in Washington, D.C. with drivers who were striking because of the jab. I thought the jab was kind of like an old topic. I didn't think that was an issue anymore. But that's what was advertised by the media. But I see some drivers right now delivering some food. But as I tell people, that's going to be a more expensive thing, because when gas and grocery increases, so will your delivery. You know, fees increase, and as delivery fees increase, you're going to get that pass on through groceries, through food. Whether it be, $1 or $2 or $3 more, you're going to see an increase on your pricing at these restaurants, or a couple of dollars more. And also your grocery prices. It's all about supply and demand. It was already a supply chain shortage of getting groceries in, but this is just going to bring in EV, and people. This stuff won't really, come into effect until next year, right? This is going to be a effect where you're going to see more EV, self-driving trucks, as well electronic vehicles, where people are just going to say, hey, I might as well just buy electronic vehicles. Again, we're going to see gas prices increase going into the summer as well, where that's going to be like $2 or $3 more than what you see. So they're about to protest diesel prices too. No revenue. Let me know what's going on. That's wild. So the crypto market, executive order overnight, and calling it a historic, releasing some of the details ahead of time. This order was signed Wednesday today. Calls on federal agencies to take a unified approach to regulation and oversight of digital assets. So we knew that this was coming. Again, 6 key areas: investor protection, financial stability, illicit activity. So this is where Zcash and Monero is going to come in. And also, we've been seeing gold prices increase or get a high. There, the big talk about gold-backed cryptocurrencies as well come about. So, research these gold-backed cryptocurrencies. That's helping gold, precious metals pump as well. And I'm going to get on precious metal, but let me finish this. So the Biden administration is calling on Treasury to assess recommendation as cryptos, ensure oversight and safeguard. Again, that's Zcash and Monero. And also Terra Luna is on fire. Terra Luna is on fire. I think I'm going to break that down for my Patreon members. Also, I'm going to change my Patreon price. I thought about that today. It's going to be like $11.11 weekly, which will be $44.44 a month. So it's not changed now. I'm waiting until I get in front of my laptop later on in a couple of hours. But I'm changing my Patreon. It's going to be a reduction because it was $111. But because what's going on with the economy, and I'm going to make it just $44.44 a month. So if you looking to be a Patreon and really breaking down these gold-backed cryptocurrencies and having more classes available to you about having a cold wallet, securing your crypto, having a hard wallet, and also some things that I do for my home-based business owners about how to use a home-based business to build your business credit, not only to increase your cash flow and your credit scores, but how to use a home-based business to build business credit that does not report on your personal credit report. So those are going to be some inside privacy Zooms that I'm going to offer for my Patreon members. And again, I'm going to reduce that. It should be in a couple of hours to $44.44 a month. So now they're saying that Biden is also mentioning the energy costs into cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. So you know that they're saying that Bitcoin, it takes about the energy power of 1.5 homes, or a house and a half of a house, the energy output of a house and a half of a house to just mine 1 Bitcoin. So that's why they're saying that they want Bitcoin to be more energy friendly. And this is some good things for energy like HBAR, those cryptocurrencies, XRP, XLM, that are energy friendly as well. So people, don't be distracted. Watch where the money is going, right? Do not be distracted about what's going on between UK and Russia. You need to watch where the money is going. And so, again, we know that Bitcoin is a decentralized network. Decentralized means it takes a network of computers to compute the mining, so more computer power. So this is where you have proof of work versus proof of stake, but I'm not going to get into that. So in order for the United States to compete, it has to have cryptocurrencies in development. The Philippines just created CBDC. So the United States are going to have to bring in a central bank digital currency, which is going to be more than likely by the spring and by the fall. Some other things that I want you all to realize as well is that you got these exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini. You need to make sure you have your cryptocurrency stored, right? So the digital dollar is coming, and Russia and China has been off the SWIFT system, meaning that they do not need the SWIFT system or any interaction of the United States to exchange through currency. And so, but this, I'm just telling you, I would not be too invested in. See where this money is going. Watch the money flow. Don't let the money flow away from you, out of your paycheck. Transition that money to flow back to you. See where this money is going right now. If you have any coins, any nickel coins, you need to be holding on to those things. See where the money is flowing right now. Let's watch the money flow, because you got lithium, all of the earth, the universe, the God created metals, gold, silver, lithium, copper, nickel, platinum, palladium, uranium, all of these commodities. And you have to also note that Russia, much of the United States wheat supply is coming from Russia. A third of its wheat supply, 60% of fertilizer. So every time, I'm not giving any advice, life advice, or financial advice. So how can I say this? Okay, I'm applying to me. Every time I'm going to the grocery stores, I'm looking at, when I go to Home Depot, I'm looking at seeds, even though I don't know how to farm well. We're gonna figure it out. I have to go back to my roots, go back to learning what my grandparents and great grandparents knew how to do. I'm getting seeds of things at Home Depot and why it's available, right? It's not much out there, but it's still out there. I'm getting more water. Actually, in the back of my vehicle now, I have glass bottles of water that I'm going to get refilled at Whole Foods. Glass bottles that I've kept over the years and that I keep. And I'm keeping plastic bottles of water just so I can recycle and have some type of way to, store my water in case it's the scarcity that's going to happen on the shelves. Canned foods, things that have long shelf life, right? And looking at lithium and nickel and copper and all of these things, right? So, and looking at these privacy cryptocurrencies and helping people take advantage of this $129 opportunity so you can earn passive income and get more money out of your paycheck if you still have a paycheck, and to help you get more cash flow coming in versus than just having income, because a lot of these jobs are going to be going away when restaurants are going to have a shortage. There's a driver now. I ought to ask him to come and give me an interview, but he's working. I can't, interrupt him. But when these shortages and things like this come, people are going to have, their essential foods. Also, right? Yeah, long shelf life videos to views. Let's pay attention to the public school systems. How will gas and food shortages affect school days and school hours moving forward? Will it affect? Right? If there's food shortages, supply chains, and gas prices going off the chain, $2 to $3 more expected, this is not the threshold. Then if you can't get the food into the school system to feed the children these free meals, their school days may be short or they may be lesser, right? And this is going into August and September. So Nova Revenue says that's the word, okay? Diesel prices strike. Now that the mandates are being lifted, yeah, you don't even have to. Did you all see this? CDC recommends that don't even wear these anymore. But we're not gonna get into that. The jab isn't the topic. Of course, it's not. Noble Revenue. It's not the topic of discussion anymore. They decided to go forward with the protest, but the topic has changed on its way to DC. Yeah, the whole Noble Revenue says the whole periodic table. Yeah, commodities, all of that, right? Queen, well, regular coins, penny, dimes, and nickel half. They're not pure. You're right. You're absolutely correct. But they do have some of these metals in it. So yeah, you remember this time, was it? No, it was not this time last year, but you remember sometime last year, they were coming out with the coin shortage, already building that scenario, right? Not wanting many coins in circulation. Well, this is why, right? This is why. So not as much as that 90% pure older coins have. And people, be careful. A lot of people are getting silver right now that's not real, that's not authentic. People are selling fake silver. So you want to make sure that you get authentic silver from dealers, online. Because remember when this first happened around 2019, 2020, you saw a silver shortage as well. Silver, lithium, all of that, especially for these EV batteries, is going to be very, very big. But this is the thing. Most people don't have the cash flow. They do not have the cash flow to invest because these cryptocurrencies, only 1% of them will be legit, right? And you're not going to see these real use cases until next year. So get your cash flow up. Keep your cash flow up because we have not seen until the summer what inflation is going to look like. I promise you, unfortunately, it's going to be worse than this. But listen, I want you all to listen in. I've been listening to Pastor Stephen Darby Ministry. He passed away in 2017. But this is a video that's about 7 years old, right?
An American, which we ain't. We should. You have to draw blood. Yeah. That's why God have gotten in the politics of America, and they are using America to stomp out their enemies. Yet America is going to reap the punishment or the judgment. See, America is reaping the judgment for fighting wars that were started by these people.
Okay, listen in.
Y'all got what I'm saying? So all this Middle East stuff, if you name a conflict, I can tell you what's happening. Let's start with, you want to start with Iraq? Let's say Iraq. Okay, we went to get Saddam Hussein for what? Weapons of mass destruction. That's what we were told. We were not told that? Now, I don't understand how the 19 hijackers that supposedly knocked down the towers was from Saudi Arabia. But we go to Iraq.
Listen up.
And we go to Afghanistan. People ain't had nothing to do with this.
It's 7 years old.
But the hijackers, we knew was from Saudi Arabia because somehow you couldn't find bodies, but you found the hijackers' ID laying down on. We are some suckers, man. Oh, we suckers, boy. How did we get this slow? Did they not tell you within 1 hour of that plane hitting that? I heard it. We found the ID, Muhammad Atta, whatever his name was. We found his ID laying on the ground. But they say, where the bodies at? Oh, the bodies incinerated. But the papers fell out. We don't think about this stuff. Come on, y'all. We just please. I could tear that up. I could mess up 9/11 so bad that you'll leave out of here with your mind spinning. But I ain't gonna even get into that. But this is just how we have. I told you, this America is shrewd. But in reality, Let me be straight. Can I be straight? This is the crux of what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna tell you because I ain't got time to keep going. Look, there's a war going on, but the war has nothing to do with black folk. The war is between white Europeans and Jews. That's where the war is. Because the white Europeans are into white supremacy through Freemasonry. They still want to dominate the world too. The Jews, of course, are Khazars, and they are the elite banking families that want to dominate the world. So everybody else is being used. We are being used. That's why they hijacked our struggle, called it the NAACP, put us to the back and put gays and everybody in and got everybody rights except us.
You're right, Kim. He spoke, but I'm trying to find where he in this very video he talks about Ukraine and Russia. That's the part. Let's see. Let me give it one more minute. If I can't find it, then when I find it exactly, I may or may not live stream on it. Because he's dropping a lot of things. This is 7 years old of what's actually going on today. And he talks about Ukraine and Russia in this video. America the Shrewd, right? The foundation of lies. See, can I stroll it back and find it? That small excerpt of that. Let me see.
Look at verse 9. You there? Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. That's important. I don't have time to get into the end of that because I just would take too long. But what I want to tell y'all, remember I was talking about the Ukraine.
Here we go.
The Ukraine is where Khazaria was. This is where these Jews, the Jews in Israel now come from. The Ashkenazi Jews. Ukraine, the reason for this thing with Russia is because Russia knows that who these so-called Israeli people are really the Khazars, and they're trying to get back in Ukraine to take back over the Ukraine where they come from as a second homeland. Wow. This is the reason why you hear all this news about Ukraine all of a sudden, because Russia stood against them because they knew that they was trying to take Ukraine, and Russia has always been a part of Ukraine. You got what I'm saying? Now these people, so these Ashkenazi Jews have gotten in the politics of America, and they are using America to stomp out their enemies. Yet America is going to reap the punishment or the judgment. See, America is reaping the judgment for fighting wars that were started by these people. Y'all got what I'm saying? So all this Middle East stuff, if you name a conflict, I can tell you what's happening. Let's start with, you want to start with Iraq? Let's say Iraq. Okay, we went to get Saddam Hussein for what? Weapons of mass destruction. That's what we were told. We were not told that? Now, I don't understand how the 19 hijackers that supposedly knocked down the towers was from Saudi Arabia. But we go to Iraq. We go to Afghanistan. People had nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with it.
But the hijackers, we knew was from Saudi Arabia because somehow you couldn't find bodies, but you found the hijackers' ID laying down on. We are some suckers, man. Oh, we suckers, boy. How did
7 years ago? He's so on point and prophetic. He even break down in this video what the mark of the beast really is. I won't go into that in this live stream, and I probably won't even. I mean, he was bold enough to teach it live. I don't want to teach it live. These are things that I will break down in my Patreon. So again, the Patreon is changing to $44.44 a month. That's $11.11 a week, and a lot of private teachings that I do about this credit system, about this economic system. People, they've been calling it the New World Order a long time. This is nothing new. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, whenever there's a change in technology, they've been calling this a New World Order. And so in order to position yourself where you're not, he also breaks down this video that no rapture is coming. I've been telling that, people only want a rapture when things are going bad. But look, have you ever thought about things this way? Like, why would the Pauls and the other Christians and disciples in the Bible go through such harsh beatings and brutality? And I know you all probably not, and that's even New Testament. But God is just going to give us an easy way out of escape. And he talks about in his video how Thessalonians is interpreted so wrong that God will keep us. Yeah, he will keep you. You should be kept, but he sent messengers to you, right? He sent people to you. He sent strategies to you. I'm sending strategies and the message. And for 129 to help you level up so you can keep these assets, so you can really have an opportunity to hold on to generational wealth. But there are so many people who just still want to function off of one source of income, and that's not going to get it. If you don't see the writing on the wall now, I don't know how you're going to see it. When you may not ever see it. You may not ever see it. One source of income and two jobs are not going to get it either, because two jobs are going to position you to be highly taxed. And anytime, which is the mark of the beast, he talks about it in that video. I'm not going to get over that publicly, right? But if you all really knew the taxation system, who you were paying your taxes to, you would get in this 129 program and make sure not one red penny of your taxes is given into that system. And you would do like the rich and wealthy do and pay little taxes at all by investing in assets and building a cash flow to the feds and to the U.S. Reserve. You look at your paycheck and you see any amount of amounts going to FICO, you really know who FICO was, you will not do that. And you will legally, morally, and ethically get in and text this number so you can use that money that you are being overworked and underpaid to invest so you can build a legacy for you and your family. You will really do that. You will really understand how that $8,000, if you make $88,000 in taxes, how you can not get that out of your paycheck, shift that money back to you and invest, and then not have to pay back taxes either. Right? So now, because every year the government adds new things to the tax law under a home-based business tax code. And this is a lot of things a lot of people don't realize as well, is that also, okay, Gwen, I'm going to call you because I don't know how you cash out me and I don't see you on my YouTube. What are you an incognito, Gwen? What's going on? I'm going to call Gwen, but Gwen, thank you so much for the 1111 cash app. I'm going to have to call Gwen and see what's going on. She usually be right here. So yeah, the Patreon is changing to $44.44 monthly. That's $11.11 a week. I'm going to share this stuff in my Patreon because I don't want to, give it all out publicly. But you can listen to him if you want to, Pastor Darby. And, you can listen to that whole video. I highly recommend that you do. I'll put the link in the comments in my description. But and also, Gwen, I affirm that they will return to you by divine right. By divine right, we're good. That's all that's concerned. And according to Deuteronomy 1:11, 1,000 times more increase on your giving today and yesterday, that you will get an infinite return on that by divine right. And so with that being said, people, now is the time. We're just seeing the cusp. And I had some people to say on one of my live streams that I'm trying to scare people. Listen, if $4 a gallon gas at minimum in some states are already seeing $6 and $7 for a regular. If that does not scare you, I don't know. And when I mean scare you to start preparing and to get your cash flow up and to invest in this new currency system that's changing. because it's here and it's nothing you can do about it. Whether people, every time the economy gets bad, that generation wants a rapture, and it has never had happened. Right? So either you're going to prepare and get the most money out of your labor and join a home-based business in which the government gives you incentives, so you can have the cash flow to invest. Because I would not be an investor from just one source of income. I would not. But some people take that risk, they roll the dice, and that's what they want to do. Jordan says $5.45 for regular in Jacksonville, Florida. Right? And Jordan, the thing is it's about to get even higher than that. $3 higher predicted by June and July. Biden's talking about going to Chinese social credit system, getting rid of the current one. Yeah, I've been covered that. FICO 10 and FICO 10T. It's not just going to be social credit system though. They're still going to use your FICO 10 and FICO 10T credit score. It's already out there. If most people don't know it because they don't have an account with myfico.com. If you had an account with myfico.com, you already know FICO 10 and TNT is showing. So it's just not going to be a social credit system. It's also going to look at your cash flow. People are getting business credit right now because they have business checking accounts set up and they have actual cash flow coming in. That's what I did a private Zoom on my home-based business about. Because if you have a business checking account and you don't have consistent cash flow coming in, you're not going to get approved for business credit through FICO 10T. The T stands for trending. Your money has to be trending. It has to be circulating on a regular basis. So that's why a lot of people are not getting approved for their business credit. Oh my God, Dre. That's for regular $8.99 a gallon. I knew in Beverly Hills and San Francisco, it was around that price too in California. In California, again, I say this most of the time, every time I go live, it's just one of those states that I would not have a home-based business in. Between California inflation and taxes, it's just too much. It costs over $800 to incorporate in California, to incorporate your own business, when people can get in it for $129 in a home-based business and get those same tax deductions that a LLC or S Corp or C Corp would get. But people perish because of lack of knowledge. And then they go on to not only perish, they become instinct. They just die off because they don't implement. Even when they receive knowledge, they don't take action. They don't implement it, right? So I'm signing out. I'm about to go right now, and this is my bottles, my glass bottle for my spring water. So I'm about to go get my water filled, and I'm going to Whole Foods to get some things. I'm stocking up. I'm stacking up. I'm silver bullets. Get your ammo. Get your protection ready, because if you're stocking up and stacking up, and if you're growing farms and food, you're going to need that protection. We are going to be in a famine, and desperate times are going to cause for desperate measures, and people that's not prepared are now going to look to people that are, and try, so have your protection, right? Have your protection ready to protect yourself and your family. But I'm excited all at the same time, because this is the greatest wealth transfer. This is the greatest wealth transfer for people that are planning and preparing, that this generation will ever and have ever experienced. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited. I'm ready for it, and I'm glad that I have that God has given me the insight not only to share with you all, but to position my family. And for me, it started with, at the time, the home-based business was $228. and I invested 228, and that extra cash flow. And in addition to when I was doing credit repair, I will not leave that out. But I have just enough cash flow now from my home-based business passively that I don't have to own a business anymore. I own a system, which means I get my time leverage, and time is so precious. So now I don't have to send in letter repair, credit repair letters. I don't have to respond to emails. I don't have to respond to text messages and phone calls at midnight and all times in the day and be customer service and fixing people credit. I have passive income, I have leverage income, and I have residual income. All three of those are differently through one opportunity, through my $228, and that was the best thing I ever did. The very first thing it helped me to do, that out of my paycheck, I got a $500 increase instantaneous out of my paycheck. That was my first cash flow. And then the rest of the income came from residual, leverage, and passive strategies within the business. So if you need extra cash flow and an instant income paycheck pay raise, text that number. The 129 is on the screen because that's the promotional price discount that's going on now from the regular price of $228, which is a 55% off savings. So thank you all for tuning in. Let me go stock up on my water and get some more groceries. You all be safe, be healthy, be wealthy. Queen out.